Hey guys, in today's video we're going to walk through adding driftwood to 2 different aquariums. We got a couple great pieces in our local fish store during Black Friday and you won't want to miss it. Let's dive right in. So this is one of the local fish stores near us in Chicago. It is an amazing store. We get a lot of our fish here. This hexagon tank is massive and has a lot of the fish that I want to keep down the line. We're not going to do a full fish store tour here. We'll save that for another time. Just wanted to give you a quick snapshot of the store and the driftwood pieces that we bought. This store has a huge selection. They have a ton of different cichlids. They have a massive section of freshwater fish and aquariums and driftwood, but they also have a full section of saltwater, and these tanks are really great looking as well. So here we are picking out the 2 different pieces of driftwood. We're getting one for my 38-gallon aquarium, as you can see here, and then we also have one for the 75-gallon aquarium that we're going to use as a centerpiece. So the first thing I want to do with driftwood is to soak it in water. This will remove any dust or debris, but mainly it will make sure your driftwood sinks. Even if you get a piece like this that has a weighted bottom, the driftwood still tends to float. It really depends on the type of wood that you have. The thicker the wood, usually the longer you need to soak it. Another reason to be soaking it is to get the tannins out of your driftwood. This is really a preference based on the person. Some people like to have the tea-colored water, and if so, you can maybe soak your driftwood for less time. I personally like crystal clear water, and so I soak this thoroughly, and after 1 day of soaking this in water, I actually drained the water and filled it back up again just to make sure I got all the tannins out. Again, this process will vary depending on the size of wood you get and the type of wood. I also used a pan, or you can use any type of heavy material to make sure the wood is underwater and definitely going to sink. For this piece that's going in the 38-gallon aquarium, I also wanted to tie a few plants to the driftwood. I used fishing line up in the top left corner and scissors, and I just made sure to tie plants like Anubias or Java Fern or Great to the branches, as these plants don't need to be rooted in the substrate. And now we're going to show the time lapse of draining the 75-gallon aquarium, setting up the driftwood, putting the rest of the decor around it, including the rocks. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video to see the finished product for both aquariums. So here we're just draining the tank and starting to remove some of the previous decor from the tank. A few of these pieces will go back in, but some will just be removed altogether. We're also clearing out a spot in the sand so that the plate of this driftwood could sit on the bottom or close to the bottom of the glass, and then we'll put the sand over that plate. We're also going to put a couple rocks at the base of the driftwood, not only to make it look natural, but also to help weigh it down just a bit. We're adding some of the fake plants back in, and we're actually putting it behind the driftwood just to give it more of that natural look again, and also to provide some depth. We're putting this in the middle of the aquarium just to break up the line of sight. We have Central American predators in here, and we just want to give them more space to get away from each other. We stirred up the substrate quite a bit, so our water is very cloudy at the moment. We're going to add in the rest of the water now, and we're also going to add in sea chem clarity. We like doing this after a water change just to keep the water crystal clear. Before showing the completed setup for the 75-gallon aquarium, here's the updated scape for this 38-gallon aquarium. This new piece of driftwood looks great with the new scape. We're really hoping the plants grow in around it. We also have a stack of rocks and another piece of driftwood on the left, just completing that natural aquascape that we were shooting for. And now back to the 75-gallon aquarium where Seachem Clarity is doing its magic. And finally, here is the completed 75-gallon aquarium. We're really happy with how this tank turned out, and really both aquariums with the new Aquascapes. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and if you like the new scapes, like the video below, and consider subscribing. We really appreciate all the support. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one.